In today's video, we're going to be talking about an issue that I think Rockstar is going to run into in the Nightclub update, and that is going to be storing these new vehicles and garage space. So I'm going to be talking about both of these topics in today's video because I do think they actually go hand in hand. So let's talk about the issue of garage space first. So this is an issue that's going to be subjective based off of the type of person. If you're a car collecting person, you're likely having a lot of trouble with vehicles right now because there are only so many properties you can buy. I think it's 6 or 7 of the apartments. So that could be a total of 60 or 70 vehicles max. You have the biker clubhouse, you have 3 floors of the office garage, and then you have the facility. And we know some things like planes are specifically stored in hangars, but there's fewer planes and aircrafts that you can store, so that's actually not that bad of a deal. And there's like a lot of space where you can just store them, not necessarily have them on display. So this is an issue that has been in the game for a while. And the last time Rockstar allowed us to buy a new property just to store vehicles in was back in the Bikers update. That is October 2016, almost 2 full years. And Rockstar since then have released a ton of updates with probably 100 plus different vehicles being added into the game. So needless to say, we have a lot more vehicles than garage space. And this is definitely going to be an issue with the Nightclub update because obviously Rockstar are going to add new cars here. And if they don't add more garage space, that is going to be an issue. I don't know how it is for you guys, but with me, every time Rockstar adds a new vehicle, I have to make a decision, which one do I want to delete? And I always try and look for like lowriders or cars I might not have a purpose for anymore. But even that's frustrating because I still enjoy the lowriders and I still enjoy, for the most part, every car I put in my garage. I do that for a reason. So it's frustrating that it's come to that. So I want to talk about Rockstar's potential options they could do for garage space in this update. The first option would just allow us to buy another property. This would be at least a little bit of a buffer where we could have at a maximum 10 more vehicles. This could be another apartment, this could be another garage, this could be a stilt house, whatever the case is, just allow us to buy something that we already have in the game. That is an easy solution that we've seen them do in the past, but not recently. And I wonder why. Is it like a space issue? Is it a developer issue? Is it like a stability for Grand Theft Auto Online issue? I am not sure, but this seems like it would be the easiest route that Rockstar could ultimately take. The second easiest route that Rockstar could take would just be to add another floor to the office garage. Now, I don't know in what shape or form the office is going to be used for our nightclub business. Maybe it's an integral part, something we absolutely need. Maybe it's something that's not even connected. But the office garage would be one of the easiest ways to add another floor, giving us 20 new garage spots. And I think this would be a combination of the easiest for Rockstar to do and also the best for the players because you are getting 20 extra slots. Because the way the office garage works right now, you don't access every floor at once. You access one floor at a time, so it's not like all of them have to load at the same time either. You would just be choosing between the different floors. So I think this is something that Rockstar could very easily do, and just like adding the new apartment or new garage, this wouldn't require really anything extra from them. They would use the exact same layouts. For the office garage, I'm sure they would use the exact same customization that we could do to our other 3 floors. So I'm pretty sure there would almost be like no difference at all. So that's something that could be pretty easy. The third thing that Rockstar could do, and this would be very ambitious, but at the same time pretty exciting, is if they added a new residential property to add into the game. So at this point, really the final frontier that Rockstar can do is new houses and new mansions. And I'm not talking about like little homes. I'm not talking about stilt homes. I'm talking about like beach houses and the mega mansions in like the Vinewood Hills. Not only would this be a really cool opportunity for Rockstar to do something like this, although they haven't hinted at it, but at the same rate, they haven't hinted at a lot of stuff. So maybe this is one of those hidden things that they will be adding in this update. But adding a mansion would be the perfect opportunity to, have more garage space, because one of the most attractive things Rockstar could probably do with the mansions is add a bigger garage size. Instead of it being 10, maybe it could be 15 or 20 or even something larger. I'm sure Rockstar could come up with some, funny idea to say how you could have more garage space in a mansion. But bottom line, Rockstar adding a new residential property that gives us the opportunity to, store more vehicles would be awesome. So those are the first three ways right there. Now, the fourth way is something that would involve the nightclub business. And you guys are going to have to hear me out here because this is sort of just brainstorming a little bit. But I've been thinking, what if Rockstar does the same thing they did with import-export? Instead of allowing us to store sort of the special vehicles of this update in a garage or an apartment, they put it in a warehouse or a facility. We also saw them do this with the Doomsday Heist, where instead of storing something like the RCV or the Kanjali, even though those were physically too big, in somewhere else, they made you put them in the facility. And we've already seen that Rockstar looks like they're going to be doing special types of vehicles like this that might be directly associated with the nightclub. Now, I still believe you'll have the ability to use them in free roam, but I think they will be basically connected at the hip to your nightclub business. So let's talk about those four vehicles that we know so far. It's the Pounder Custom, the Mule Custom, the Speedo Custom, and Speedo is not a boat, that's the speeder. I've been seeing lots of comments about that. The Speedo is a van. So the Speedo Custom and then the Mammoth Patriot Stretch. So those are the four vehicles to me that Rockstar have at least teased or they accidentally leaked so far that we've seen that probably would not fit in a normal garage. We can't store a normal limousine in a garage, so I'm sure a Patriot limousine is going to be bigger. So that wouldn't work. We can't store the Speedo in a garage. Now, the size of the Speedo isn't necessarily all that big for a garage, but since it's been in the commercial class since day one, it's just something you can't store. And then, of course, the Pounder and the Mule are way too big. The Pounder is like a big rig, and the Mule is like a box truck, which is just way too big for our garages. They simply wouldn't fit. I mean, vehicles like the Insurgent Custom are smaller than the Mule. Just to give you a good idea. So here's what I think might happen. Rockstar might attach these vehicles to the nightclub update. For example, they might put them in the commercial class and then store them in our club basement, potentially with missions attached in order to run our nightclub, like supplies, promotion, etc. Which I can actually see being a good thing and a bad thing, because kind of like what we saw with gun running, when Rockstar made vehicles specific for mentions, like the weaponized Tampa and stuff like that, they seem to kind of die out. So it would be nice that they would be, used with our nightclubs, but at the same rate, would that limit them in a way? On the other hand, sort of playing devil's advocate, vehicles like the Ruiner 2000 and Phantom Wedge are still immensely popular, even though they're stored in their own vehicle warehouse also. Now, that just might be the type of vehicle we're looking at there. Obviously, the Mule, the Pounder, the Speedo are totally different than the Knight Rider car and a giant 18-wheeler with a, steel wedge on the front. But you guys get the idea. Because the Pounder is going to need its own garage, the Mule, the Speedo, the Patriot Stretch are all going to need their own special place. And unless Rockstar wants to make us compromise and store some of these vehicles in the facility, which number one would be an incredible bummer because my facility is probably a long way away from the nightclub, but also number two, it would make you delete some Doomsday Heist vehicles, which I think is just a lose-lose situation. So I think that those four vehicles and any others like it will have their own special place in the business, whether that's underground, like all-in-one, or whether it's a separate location like another type of warehouse that Rockstar add into the game. I think that all of them will be stored at the nightclub. It just makes sense, and it doesn't make sense for them to be stored anywhere else. So bottom line, and at the end of the day, I think we are going to be getting more garage space in this update. I think it's just going to be up to Rockstar how they handle it. And they might do a combination of both things. They might add another floor to the office garage, or they might give us a new residential property and still do the nightclub business stuff. Because I would suspect that if Rockstar allows vehicles like the Pounder and the Mule and the Speedo and the Patriot Stretch to be featured there, its primary function wouldn't be for recreational cars. Just like how you can store normal vehicles in a facility, but it's really meant for like the doomsday heist ones. So they might actually do both, which of course would just be the best of both worlds. My personal preference would be that Rockstar adds a brand new property altogether, like a mansion. That'd be awesome. And a special place to store these new vehicles, like the business ones that'll be directly attached to the nightclub. I don't know what Rockstar are going to call them, nightclub vehicles, nightlife cars. Whatever the case is, they're definitely going to need their own special place because they simply don't fit anywhere else. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on what Rockstar is going to do in terms of garage space and storing vehicles in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did want to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.